Hello, friends. This is Yogesh Bhausar, and welcome to the YTA system. Before we start, I would like to congratulate and even thank to all those who have been using YTA system. And thank you for waiting patiently for the new update. Recently, that fall has came. Uh, the best part is that you all have stayed calm and till that point of time, I have been working on a new update of an YTA system, which I'm going to present to you all today. Just wanted to give you a disclaimer that whatever we discuss in this current video is not a buy sell recommendation. It will be only the stocks that are going to be used are only for the uh, illustration purpose and for the explanation purpose only. Okay. So any buy sell taken or any losses or any kind of output that comes out due to any action taken by you all personally, it will be your own risk. Market is an risky business. So think before trading and take the guidance of your financial advisor only. I'm not a SEBI registered. So I am in no capacity to give any buy sell recommendations or advice or tips over here. We are here only for learning purpose. So let us start first how to download or upload the new YTA system. So I have done the screen which is totally empty and there is no indicators or anything. This is just plain chart and let us put a stock, just say any random stock. We'll take Taj GVK and just put it on the screen. Okay. It has no indicators over here. What you got to do is you got to go where your indicators are and you have to go invite only. Now you all will get this invite only list if you all have an active ID. If you all don't have an active ID, please get in touch with me. The subscription which is over, you have to resubscribe, or you have not taken any subscription, please take the subscription that you can enjoy this system. Okay. Now, first, what you will see is project 1454 Yogesh Bhausar stock. Okay. All you have to do is press that indicator once. Okay. And then wait for a couple of seconds and you will get such kind of system. Now, let us go into detail what the system is going to do and I will help you to set up. So what you do, you go and double click any of the EMAs or this particular top bars or the lower bars, whatever you feel like, you just double click it. As soon as you double click it, you will find this input windows that is setting. What you have to do is on the YT evaluation, untick item number 3 and 4. Okay, so what happens, item number 3 and 4, you can select other options that are given over here, but that will make the table very big. So I would prefer that only two valuations, PE and net income, is more than enough. Okay. Over here, you can do the change the shapes or the sizes of the YT evaluation from auto, tiny, small, normal, large, huge, whatever you feel like. I generally use small. And over here, you can use the position of the table, which helps you to, sorry for that, to see the entire system properly. So normally I always do middle left or bottom left. Now you decide however you want. I will use middle left. Okay. And see this, the position of the indicator of valuation was first on the right hand side, has come on the left hand side. Okay. These are couple of setups which you all can do it. There are 5 EMA options that I've given you all, guys. The default one you will see 5, 10, 20, 50, 200. My students, my YTA people will use first EMA as 9, second EMA as 21, and the third EMA is 55. Okay, just leave it over there. So it's 9, 21, 55. Okay, scroll down, keep going down. Over here, you will see my relative strength. The benchmark is Nifty. Now over here, you can use benchmark as Sensex if you like, or S&P, or you can use it like say small cap also as your benchmark. It's all depends upon you. So if you want to use small cap, you can use CNX, Nifty small cap 100. Somebody can use 250, however they like, whatever benchmark they are comparing. All the people who trades say US market or something, they can use benchmark as NASDAQ over here as a NASDAQ as your index, or you can use whatever you feel you want to compare it with. Okay. Uh, Normally, I compare it with Nifty 50. Okay. As we come down over here, you will see 25, 5, 10. Okay. What are we going to do? We are going to convert this from 5 to 3. Sorry. And we are going to convert this 10 to 6. Okay. Hope you have understood all the changes over here. Go in style and keep coming down. Over here, you will see all these ticks that have been done. So I'm going to take you what changes are you going to do over here. We are going to untick the signal. We are going to untick the MACD. We are going to untick the 5 EMA and the 4th EMA. Now, given you 5 EMAs, I generally use only 3 EMA that I told you, 9, 21 and 55. You can add more number of EMAs in the inputs. Like say after 55, you want to take 100 and 200, and you can go and click 4 and 5th. And I have given you the options of selecting the colors, whichever you want, okay, for your comfortness. I want to use only 3 EMA, so I'm going to use only first, second, and third, and I'm going to untick fourth, fifth, MACD untick, and signal untick. Go down, and there are no other changes. You go and press OK. Okay. Now, when you go and press OK, this entire setup is ready. All you have to do is go over here, 4 boxes. Save this entire setup that you have done, so you don't have to do it again and again, and type YTA new system, or whatever you want to name it as, YTA update 2025, YTA stock, or whatever you feel like you want to update it to. It's up to you, whatever name you want to give. Okay, mine is already saved, so I'm not again saving it again. So this is the system that you all are going to see. Okay, this is the update wise. So this is one how you will be able to get the indicator in your screen. You remove your old one. As I told you, your screen should be empty. Refresh it, and you put your this new update. Now, if you see, there are 4 boxes on the top saying DWM3M. So they are nothing but the higher time frames that I always like. Those are daily time frame, weekly time frame, monthly time frame, and quarterly time frame. That is 3 months. Over here, if you see this 2 lines, there are red dots and green dots. What is the significance of that entire dots? I will explain you in some time. Then if you see this indication, the below red and green, this one, these, again, I will tell you, I'm just telling you what all you are going to see on the screen. We are going to go on each and every single indicator, and we are going to understand. And this is nothing but volumes. Okay, so it consists of indicator number 1, indicator number 2, couple of EMAs, one this dotted lines, this volume indicator, and of course, yes, our main indicator, that is YTA valuation. Okay, hope guys you all understood till over here. It's very simple. Okay, now I'm going to just remove this EMAs. So I'm just going to go style and untick the EMAs. Okay, because I want to explain you what concept that we are going to do. Let me take one whiteboard, so that will help me to explain you guys. Just a second. Create new board. Yes. Now, yeah, let me just log in for you on. Yeah. And okay. Now let us first understand what are these candles. Okay, these candles. Now, if I just open a new comparative window and let me remove all this so that there is no confusion later on. Yeah, I'll just delete all this. Okay, there's a lot of time I keep trying a lot of things, so I keep on adding, deleting something. Now, if I compare this candles, okay, this is the same chart as above. Now, if you see this area, in a general language, this area, okay, and see the same time frame, same stock, Taj GVK, this area. Now, if you see candle number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this one, they all are red in color. Okay. So, what are they trying to say? That the opening of the stock is higher than the closing. That's why it is red in color, because there was a pressure of sellers. But if you see this indicator, this candles, they are green. Okay. Why? Because as per my calculation and as per my strategy, the stock is still in uptrend. Okay. I have formulated my logic. So what happens even if in standard candles, if the stock are falling down, but and they are in red in color, but in my strategy, if the stock is on the upper side or maybe the trend is strong, they are denoting you in the green in color. Okay, but it defines you only the time frame that you are watching. Okay, if you change it to the other time frame, what will be the trend in the other time frame? It depends upon that. Okay, now in the current situation, if you see in the current candle, if you are on say weekly time frame and you want to understand what is the trend on the higher time frame without switching to the higher time frame analysis. Okay, so for that purpose I have created this boxes. Can you see this DW monthly 3 month? That is basically nothing but it's the color of the candle on that time frame. Okay, as per my formula. So if I'm on the day weekly time frame, I want to know what is the stock, maybe not the entire trend, but what is the color of the candle doing. So at least I know that as per YTA strategy, even on the higher time frame, the trend is bullish or bearish. So what happens over here? If you see, it shows monthly is green and quarterly is also green. So it is trying to tell you that on the higher time frame also the trend is strong. Okay. In between, if you see over here, the current trend has gotten weak because it had gone sideways. But if I do it on monthly time frame, it's green in color. Okay. So if we would have seen this boxes when it would have been like this. Yeah. If we go back over here in this situations, the weekly time frame would have been red color, and on monthly and 3 monthly, that is quarterly, would have been still green in color. The most important part about this thing is just that higher time frame are the magnets. Those are known as monthly and weekly. What happens if the higher time frame, that is monthly and weekly, are green? So what happens daily and weekly? Say these trend are on the upper side. So what happens whenever the daily, weekly are on the downside. Okay. What happens, a lot of traders, they don't understand that what is the higher time frame importance. They just try to just plot trend lines, and they just break out and they exit. I mean, sorry, they just short. But after some time, as soon as they short, they realize the stock has started going to move up. It's nothing but you have short at a small movement of the pullback, and stock starts again going up in your previous direction. It's only because your higher time frame, that is monthly and 3 monthly, sorry for this, 3 monthly, that is quarterly, are bullish in direction. So what happens, they behave like a magnet. So as soon as the lower time frame is trying to go against the magnet will pull them back up. So this is how I have created the system. My logic, this is, it may agree to you or not, but this is how it works. Okay. So what it is trying to do? It's trying to tell you that higher time frames are on the bullish side, and the lower time frame, which is here, which was see over here, was weak over here. See, one weakness, second weakness, third weakness on the lower time frames, and fifth weakness on the lower time frame. What happened? Every time they were going against the magnet, magnet pulled them back. Again, they went against the magnet, magnet put them back. Again, they went against the magnet pulled them back. Again, same thing again. And then if you see, if you have read a lot of books about the trend, this is nothing but low, higher low, higher low, higher low, which is connected by high, higher highs, higher high. And if it doesn't pull off, maybe somewhere here it will again come down, and this will be again a higher high. And this is how you connect your trend lines. So it is very important to understand that how higher highs and higher lows are created. It's nothing but whenever the lower time frame tries to go against the higher time frame, and higher time frame does not let them fall for a very long time, then they pull them up. And every time the lows are made, which is higher than the previous lows, a new higher lows has been created, and that's how the uptrend has been created, along with creating new higher highs, and vice versa for lower lows and lower highs. Why? Because the higher time frame is as a magnet is on the downside. So let us see an example of, say, PVR Inox. Okay. Now, if you see PVR Inox, the monthly and weekly are red in color. Okay. So if you see monthly, and if you see this, the entire trend is down. Okay. So what happens on weekly or daily time frame? Lower time frame. What are they trying to do? Let me just zoom in. Whenever they tried, just little bit, whenever they try to go against the major trend, that is downside, against the major trend, against the major trend, what happens? The magnet of the higher time frame pulls them down. See, it went against, pulled them down. Again, it went against, again, it pulled them out. Over here also, right now, if we see, a lot of school book says this is a double bottom, you know, and they will try to find out a breakout and just trade, which is wrong, which is totally wrong. You need to figure it out whether what is the higher time frame magnet are going to do, and then they can decide what to do about the trade or a pullback. Okay. Now everybody will think, sir, but first the daily time frame will convert into green, then the weekly, then the monthly, then you're going to miss such a huge opportunity. So let's say idea. Okay. Vodafone idea. And let's go to monthly time frame. Now, if you see monthly time frame, the candles have started turning into green. Okay. And if you see, the monthly has turned also green over here. But the weekly and daily are on the red side. So weekly and daily trend has not changed. They are still weak. But since the stock has stopped falling further, okay, it is making a range. So what is trying to do? The trend has started first turning into green on the monthly time frame. So I'm not saying that one should buy or sell. 99% of the books and major of the gurus and teachers and all have taught that first change will come from lower time frame to higher time frame. I have made my strategy reverse. Okay. The first change you will be able to see on the higher time frame, because we need to first decide the magnet where the lower time frame, like the higher time frame has to decide where it wants to go, and then the lower time frame will keep following towards the magnetic power of the higher time frame. So that's how the strategy brilliant, and it is unique in that way, which is the plus point for you all, and much more easier to analyze. Now there is one thing known as this gray color, like it can be on the 3 month or weekly or daily or whatever. Those kind of gray means that it does not have enough data to calculate any such kind of formulation, like say a new IPO or on a monthly or 3 monthly, the data is not too much enough. So like say right now, we can just say an IPO stock could be uh, mm, ITC hotels, let us take, okay? Because it's recently. If you see over here, all the time frames have no color. Can you see over here? All are green. And by default, the candle will be red. That doesn't mean that this is bearish, okay? So where there is no data, it will not be able to calculate the color of the candles. Okay, so you have to apply logic. Yes, there is no much data for the system to calculate. So if you see on the daily time frame, it's a breakout, or however you are trading, it's up to you. Okay, so this system does not calculate if they do not have major data with them. Okay, so this I'm done with the explanation of the candle colors and this indicator importance. Am I clear? Okay, now let me upload my system again. Okay, now let us take an example of understand the concept of different indicator. Okay, let me change the stock. Hmm, Maybe let's take, yeah, Indian hotel is fine. Just this is for just an explanation. So, or maybe let's take a stock from the FNO, so it has a lot of data behind, and let's say Bajaj Holding, Housing Finance, or Bajaj Finance. Yes, let us take example of this. Okay, and let me go on the weekly time frame. Now see, on the quarterly, they don't have much data, so it's uh, gray in color. Weekly, monthly time frame is red in color. Okay, that means my system says that even if the stock has given you a breakout, it is calculating that the trend is still weak. And on weekly and daily, it is trying to say it's a the trend is bit of bullish right now. But where what did I say, that opposite the it will always go in the direction of the magnetic direction. So you should always see what right now situation is. Okay. Now let us see this. What is this indicator? This indicator is nothing but my relative strength logic, which one short term indicator is going, relative strength is going above zero, which will be denoted as one line as green, and another relative strength which is even more longer, and that will be above. When it will go above 0, that also will turn green in color. So if say the shorter one went above 0 first, so what will happen? The first, it will be denoted in green in color, and the second one will be always in red because it is still below 0. That means it has not still started outperforming the benchmark. As soon as it will cross this 0 line, so on the above you will see multiple red dots, and when this will cross, maybe this will be red, this will be red, and this will turn green as soon as this starts outperforming the benchmark, and then you will start seeing both of them as green. Okay, so what happens is that uh, now if you see over here, let me go on weekly time frame. Yes, see, on the on this weekly time frame, even the stock has given you a breakout. Okay, what a lot of people do, breakout trades and all that stuff. My one indication, my long term relative strength is telling that it is still underperforming the benchmark, and the fast relative strength is telling you that it has started outperforming. Okay, now if you convert this into daily time frame, yes, see, daily time frame, both of them have turned into green. So what happens on weekly time frame? Relative strength will compare with itself with the benchmark on the weekly timing basis, and on daily time frame it will calculate within itself to the benchmark on daily time frame basis. So it depends upon what time frame you are trading. You cannot use this indicator below daily time frame. Okay, how we use, what should be the parameters, what is the condition to buy, say buy or something, we will do it later. First understand the concept of all individual uh, what we say, all individual indicators, I mean yes, individual indicators. Okay, so I have explained you the importance of this indicator. Now what we have to do, we have to understand what is the concept of this indicator, which I say it's one of the most important indicator. You cannot even think of, oh, I forgot it. Oh, I did not know. I did not, it just went away from my mind. You cannot even think of doing this. This is one of my most important indicator in the entire strategy. Okay. So now what does this indicator do? Now there are total 4 colors in this indicators. Now if you see very closely, this is a gray red dot and these are dark red ones. Okay. These one are dark green and this one are light green colors. Okay. Now what is the significance of it? Now let us understand this. Whenever the stock goes up, pulls back, goes back up, pulls back, goes back up, pulls back, goes back up. Now, a lot of books and everybody keeps saying they will just, because the history works, they will just plot a trend line and they will say, here you should have bought and this was your stop loss. Here you would have sold your entire entry. Here you would have entered again and this was your stop loss. Same story keeps on going on and on and on. But how would you understand that this pullback from the trend line is strong, that you will gain the confidence to take the trade? Okay, whether it will go above your purchase price or not and all, there is nothing that can give you the certainty of the uh, future. Okay, but at least you can filter out the bad trades and try to take good trades. So what will happen if the trend is on the bull side and the buyers, that means the bulls are in control? What will happen? You will see, consider over here, the trend is up. Over here, all the dark green circles will come. Okay, and as soon as the trend is getting weak, light green colors will start popping. Okay, when it will try and test the trend line and will give a strong move back up, again dark green starts appearing. So what happens? As soon as this first candle closes, and if you see that there is a dark green candle, a dot, you will come to know, yes, the bulls are on, bulls are in power. Okay, so let us see the example over here. Let me just remove the EMAs so that we can concentrate on trend lines. So now let us take this area. Okay, so I'm just plotting one trend line. So what happens? This is the low. The stock came to retest it and see when it goes rejected from the trend line and it started moving in the bull direction. What happens? See, the second candle got the dark green dot. Okay, so it tells us that there is a power of buyers in this uh, indication in this area. But will it go up? Nobody can say. But at least you have something strong to understand. Now, understand, guys, you will see such kind of breakout sudden in between one big candle, and you will see the second candle or the same candle is showing you a dark green candle. But avoid such kind of setups. Okay, why? I will tell you. It's because it is bullishness in the continuation trend. Okay, what we want is the stock coming back down and retesting the trend line. Over here, see, it went up, dark green dots, and again it went flat and it came down to retest the trend line. Again, it went and in the bullish direction of where the magnet would have been. Again, see over here, the below, the light green dot converted into dark green. You see, it's from the rejection from the trend line. The stock started going up, and again here, it gave a sorry, fresh dark green dot. But why it is not that important? Because it never came back to test the trend line. Now, the most beautiful part of this strategy is now see the stock went in the sideways. Now, here it went, tested, gave a small rally. Again, it came, tested, gave a small rally. Now, the stock again came back in a normal trend line. In the normal trend line theory, if there is a engulfing candle, you will end up taking a trade. But look at the beauty of this strategy. Okay, there was an engulfing candle, a doji at the trend line. There was a dark green dot also to tell you, okay, fine, there is a possibility, but the trend is going to change back up or something. But the candles have already converted into red. Can you see the difference? Over here, the candles never turned into red. Over here also, it was all green candles. Okay, but this was the area where you should know that there is a possibility that this trend line support may not work. Okay, it may work, it may rally after this, there is no future, but there are possibilities that this might not work. So what happened after that? The stock the stock came back, took the support, took the rejection over here, and stock just plunged down. Okay, so this is a classic example. The stock breaking the trend line, taking the resistance of the break of the support converting into the resistance, and the stock went down. And everything is just red. You did not even have to understand. You did not even have to apply any kind of analysis in such kind of trades. Okay, you just didn't have to take the trade. You could have just stayed out of this trade. Okay, so this is one kind of trend line strategy that you can work for it. Okay, now see, let us see, take any kind of say, a lot of people keep talking about Reliance. Let's go and see Reliance Industry and just see, just give it a couple of minutes. Okay, Now let's see where you can plot the trend line. Okay. Now, yeah, just see. Let's take this and you plot it over here and you just create trend line. The beauty part is it took the support over here, red, 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 and it converted into green, and your below dots are green. Okay. Now a small rally came. This areas you have to avoid to trade, even if the dot turns green. Okay, why? Because they are in the air. This trend is in continuation yet. There is no new trend coming. Okay, so if you enter a stock at a higher price, yes, of course, you're going to get punched. What you have to do? You have to let it come and retest the trend line. Now, what happened? Even before it came to retest the trend line, a lot of people will start taking the trade because it is testing the trend line. What it went? It has already converted into red. So you know you don't have to apply brains. Even if you see much better ahead, okay, what has happened? All my relative strength has already long term and the short term both has converted into red. Now, if the stock is only not uh, able to break your benchmark returns, why would you even think of entering into such trades? Okay, we don't want any stock which is not even able to not able to outperform the benchmark also. And it's very simple. And slowly, if you see, even right now, when the markets are recovering, what we say, but who are in power? The sellers are in power. I'm not asking you to short. I'm not asking you to buy. All I'm trying to say, analyze it. Okay, correctly. Okay, so this indicator is that important. Valuation indicator, you already know what you have to do about it. Okay, now let us understand one simple strategy. I have explained you how to do a trend line strategy. Now, if you see on the higher time frame in that manner, okay. Now on higher time frames, you see the Reliance industry, the third month that is quarterly, the magnet, biggest magnet is asking that the trend is up. Okay. So now if I'm going to plot a trend line, okay. So let us forget about COVID for this period and I will just do this. Yes, we have at least maximum touches we are going to do. Yeah, this is the maximum touches. Okay, so now on the monthly time frame, if you see the stock went up, touch one, went up, touch two, and see over here you see that the dot has turned into dark green. Okay, now the stock is going up, again came to test the. Now see when it's coming down, they are all light green, so you don't have to take an action immediately. What happens? In this over here, it's always on the closing basis, guys. Closing basis, see, the rally came up after the dark green. Then again, the light green came. See, the light green is telling you the trend is up, but right now there is a short term change in the trend. Again, it spiked in the direction of the uptrend. Again, this at this candle, sorry, at this candle, it turned into dark green. Again, a small spike came. It came down, but if this turns into dark green, it has no importance. Why? Because it is not testing the trend line. It stayed away from the trend line for a long time. It came back. As you see, this has again no significance. Why? Because the candle is red. Now, this did not turn out as one was expecting. Why? Because the market came down drastically. So not all the strategies or not all the time you're going to get it correct. But yes, the market, the trading is about higher probabilities and you have to keep doing the same thing again and again, again and again. Then the probability of uh, higher number of trades coming in your direction is high. Now, currently, if you see, it's again taking support at your trend line, but on the higher time frame, on the monthly time frame, it has just converted into green from red. So there is a possibility that Reliance might take one more month to get settled down. Okay, so this is one of the way to trade uh, the trend line strategy with the help of this red and green dots, and your at least on weekly time frame, at least one. Okay, whenever you're taking trade, maybe on a higher time frame, say 3 monthly, but on weekly time frame, at least one trend signal has to be green. That is relative strength. Either above indication or below indication should be green. So if stock is taking support, say on the monthly time frame, and there's a dark green dot, and you came down to weekly, and if you see, oh wow, this is also green, wonderful, but both the dots are red, and if you see, the power of sellers are strong, you should wait. Okay, just wait for it. Don't be so aggressive all the time in life. Okay, see over here, this condition matched perfectly. Over here, it turned in the below, turned into dark green. Here is the candle which turned into green, and above, the faster relative strength on the weekly converted into green. Okay, and there is a proper trend line out here. So this turned into your favor. Okay, see, everything has lined up. Okay, now this stock was overvalued. The returns are not that great. So that all rules you all know about what kind of stocks you should look for. But this is just a general how you should do. Now there is one major breakout strategy. Okay, now what we have to do in the major breakout strategy, there are two kinds of breakouts. That is all-time high with two kind of patterns. One will be the rounding bottom pattern breakout, and other would be consolidation breakout. Okay, so what happens? No matter whichever breakout comes, okay, this breakout or this breakout, consolidation breakout, the rule should be this analysis should be done on monthly time frame only. On monthly time frame, when the breakout is coming, you will not react at all. You will let the monthly candle close. Okay, this is closing basis. And this monthly candle close should be in a way that the body of the candle should close above this high. Okay, so generally it's going up, 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 up. It's going giving you a breakout, but the closing is like this. Okay, like this. So what has happened? It has given a breakout, but it failed to close above the previous all-time high. So you will avoid. So even if you identified this kind of breakout on the 20th or 29th of that month, and you still have 1 day or 2 days to close, you have to wait. Or even if you identified a breakout on the first day of the month, you have to wait for the entire month to get over, and the candle has to close above this previous high, previous all-time high. Okay. Now, another most important, the gap between these two highs, that is closing of this candle and the high of this candle, has to be more than 1 year. Okay, 1 year or maybe more than 1 year. It can be multi-year breakout, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years, or maybe 1 year, 1 year, 1 month, 13 months, 14 months, 15 months, that is fine. But it is not fine if the breakout and closing of this batch is 9 months, 10 months, 11 months. Okay, it has to be more than 1 year. The most significant importance is that a stock has seen maximum 2 cycles at least before giving you that all-time high break. One is bearish and one is bullish trend in the entire market. Okay, so at least the stock who is trying to break out that 1 year gap has seen both the cycles, and now it has decided it's okay no matter what cycle is running. I want to give a breakout right now. So understood? Two conditions: analysis only on monthly basis, closing candle basis, wait for the entire month, Do not do anything. When it gives closing, it has to close above the previous all-time high closing or high. No, don't take it closing, high. And the gap between the current closing breakout candle, which has closed above the all-time of previous, that gap of that tenure should be more than 1 year. Anything below that 1 year, this strategy does not work. Okay, it's nullified. Okay, so it can be this. So let me give you an example, say SRF. Okay, now on the monthly time frame, the current candle is giving you a breakout of this high. Okay, now see, this candle failed to give a closing above this candle. Okay, so that 1 month, this candle is uh, not our concluded. This second candle gave a breakout in the middle of the month, but by the end of the month, did not close above the this previous high. So that month is also nullified. Right now, we are sitting on the month of March 22nd. More couple of 9 days are left, and it may give a breakout. I don't know, but this candle, if it closes above this candle, condition number one matches. Now, second condition is this: the gap of between this candle and this candle should be more than 1 year. So we are in the March 2025, and this previous high was September 2022. Okay, so the gap of nearly almost two and a half years. So this, for this strategy, what I'm going to explain you is accepted. Now this one is in our, we will keep this in our mind. Okay, now see, even being red, it's giving you a breakout on the higher side. Why? Because your magnetic time frame is green in color. So if I go to 3 months, see, all the candles are green. It's just that on the monthly time frame, the stock was on the sideways for 2.5 years to 3 years. The trend changed to bearish. So it will go up, and there are possibilities it will convert into green. Why? Because the lower time frame has also started converting into green. It's just that the monthly time frame is against the magnetic power time frame. Now this is overvalued and all that, you have to figure it out. Okay, I have already given you this indicator. Now the other condition is, when if this candle closes above the monthly time frame. See, consider this candle. See, this is this one, monthly time frame, close. What will you do? You will mark a high. You will shift to weekly time frame first of all. Okay, sorry. You will shift to weekly time frame. Now, what will you do? After marking the high on the monthly time frame, shift to weekly time frame. Now, on the weekly time frame, after this breakout, it will look the same. The stock may go a little bit up. Okay, don't take any action. Wait. There are two possibilities now. The stock may come back to retest this support. Oh, sorry, this resistance. My bad. Resistance, and may give, after testing it, it will give one big bullish candle. So it is retesting the resistance, and they are trying to test out the buyers who gave the support to break out this resistance, and the resistance will convert into support. Okay. At this candle, you should think of taking an action. Okay. Or what will happen? The second condition is it will give a breakout. The stock will go a little bit up, and it will consolidate within that range. You find out this range, it is almost be like a flag pattern, breakout of this candle, and here you should take and trade. This is your stop loss. And this situation, this is your entry. Below of this candle is your stop loss. Now, what else should you see along with this? You're on weekly time frame, the both relative strength. Okay. When this situation is happening, either of one should be green in color, or both should be green in color. It's agreeable. Okay. Both should be agreeable. Either of one should be green, or both should be green. Still don't take the trade, wait. Okay. The below dark green and dark green or dark red or light green or light red, at this situation, at the closing point of time, it should be dark green in color. If it doesn't happen, it's light green in color, wait for the next candle to go above, close, and then convert into dark green. Okay. Then this closing of this candle and high above that becomes your entry and low becomes your stop loss. Okay. Then you can again add a second trench when this candle closes above this swing high. Okay. Again, close. This high is your entry and this is your stop loss. Okay. Why? Because you are adding the trenches. Okay. And then slowly, when the trend goes up, you can keep shifting the stop losses, making the trend line, and below the trend line, you can keeping your stop losses. Okay. Now, when this is happening, uh, maybe there are people who wants to be more aggressive and wants to take double confirmation. While they are entering, they can convert into daily time frame. Okay. So when you're converting into daily time frame, okay, so this stock may go like this and convert like this and then give a breakout. At this situation, when you want to take and trade here and put a stop loss somewhere here, both your RS should be green in color. Remember, guys, on daily time frame, always on your daily time frame, whenever you are taking the trade, both the relative strength should be green in color, and this bottom should also be green in color. Okay. On weekly, either of one should be green. But when you are taking a trade, please make sure that, boss, it's okay to take a little bit of extra confirmation. We don't want this situation on daily time frame. No. Okay. We want this situation on daily time frame, when even if you are analyzing on week, monthly or quarterly, when you are taking the trade, just take one extra effort to go down to daily time frame and just see whether it's okay to take little bit of late entry, but make sure at the closing both the relative strength are above zero, and on the next trading day you can, if both are green, you can go for the trade, put a stop loss, and then just forget it with the stop loss. Don't forget to put a stop loss. Okay. Now see, over here, I am not willing to take trade even if everything is getting into my situation. Why? Because my relatives, my this YTA evaluation condition is telling me the stock is on quarter on year on basis, both are overvalued. So I don't want to take a risk on such type of stocks. Okay, so this is just an example that I'm giving you. Now, the other most important question is, like, say, if everything matches, but say on your weekly time frame, your candle is red. Above here, either of one indication is green. Here it is green. Higher time frame magnet is green. Everything is there. And you have a wonderful breakout, say somewhere here, but this candle is red. So there are two things what you can do. You can wait for the next candle to turn green. Okay. Or you want to be a little bit more aggressive and want to take an opportunity on the lower time frame to take the trade. So what you will do, you will let this candle be red. It's okay. You go down on the lower time frame. But in here, the most important criteria is your candle should close above the resistance on the daily time frame. That candle should be green in color. Both your relative strength should be green in color, and bottom it should convert from red to green, or it should be already running into green. Closing the candle, you can take a trade above, put a stop loss below, and let the trade run. Am I clear, guys? Okay. So what will happen is this, in this situation, at least you are not falling into the trap when the trend is changing, like I had showed you in the other stock, that even if was taking support at the trend line, it went up and everybody is jumping, but the candle, everything was in the direction, but the candle was red and the stock just plunged down. But there are aggressive traders who said, sir, I want to take the trade, but the candle is red, what to do? So you can go down to the lower time frame. uh, you can bet on it, you can take a trade, but it's a little risky because on the lower time frame everything will be in your favor, but the higher time frame, that is maybe weekly or monthly, is not in your favor, so you can avoid it. Okay, so this is a very simple strategy of monthly time frame. Now we can go and learn about our EMA crossovers trade. Okay, so what we will do is we will double click this, double click it, and I will activate my three EMAs. Okay, that is EMA 9, 21, and 55. Okay, now what I'm trying to do over here is again the same thing. Let us take one example. If I like something, yeah, let's take the example of an Indian hotel. Okay. So now over here again the same calculation will happen. What is the 3 month analysis going on? What is the weekly analysis going on? But this system basically works in the crossover. What we want is on the weekly time frame or the actionable time frame, that is daily or weekly, depends upon you. If you are a very long term kind of a trader, your time frame will be 3 month, monthly, and actionable time frame is weekly time frame. That means you will take trade always on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, depending upon your previous week's closing on Friday. Okay, or you want to trade little bit of lenient. Okay, I want to trade for, like, say 3 4 months or maybe 1 or 2 months, however it is. So your analysis time frame will be monthly, weekly, and your actionable time frame will be daily. Okay, what you want is 9 EMA on all the time frame above, 21 EMA, and 21 EMA above 55. Okay, in all the time frame. The only difference will be in actionable time frame. When 9 will cross about 21 EMA, candles will turn green. Weekly time frame, either of 2 1 relative strength is green, and below, the strength of the buyers and sellers should convert into green. If that matches, you will convert to daily and just check whether both the relative strength is above or zero. That is, it has to be green in color. Same way you will check if your trading time frame is this. Okay, so let us see example of uh, Indian hotel. See, in this situation, when stock went up, or maybe here, let us mark a zone here, and stock came into this area. Okay, everything is bullish. On the weekly time frame, what happened? No, there's no crossover. I want the crossover. 1 second, guys. Huh? Yeah, let us do this one. So what happens on the monthly time frame? Then this is the crossover. Wait, let me figure out what is a good example. I want yeah, let us see. Now what happened? The stock on the higher time frame, that is monthly and 3 months. See, in the 3 month, in this situation, the stock gave a breakout of entire three indicators, 9, 21, and 55, and stock went up and gave a pullback and again went to the same direction. And then again it's coming down and again it will go. And that's how it is always like that, you know. So this will be the low, higher lows, higher high, higher highs. Okay. So how do we want to take advantage of this pullback? See, when it came to 921, the trend was up only. Okay. And see, it turned into dark green even on 3 month criteria also. So let me just mark here. Yeah, over here. So it came down and see over here, no bullishness was there. Okay, even if it is going on, the strength did not come. The strength came in this candle because it turned into dark green color in 3 months time frame. Okay, so we went on the monthly time frame and we saw, yes, everything is in our favor. 9 is above 21, 21 is above 55, and below power is dark green color. On monthly time frame, we do not see any relative strength. Now on weekly time frame, what happened? Sorry. On weekly time frame, when this candle turned to green, not here, here. Okay. What happened? The stock came down. We had a nice 9 crossing over 21 EMA. Both the EMAs are above 55 EMA. We have a dark green dot over here at this candle, and one indicator, that is one relative strength, convert into green. Okay. Now, whether we want to take closing of this buy and low of this as stop loss or not, what are we going to do? We are going to shift to the daily time frame. Just when we are taking the trade, we want to just see whether both everything is in our favor or not. So let me go and check. Yeah, over here. At this situation, see, exactly it. Now, if you want to connect the dots, the books that you have written, everything, they kept saying that the trend should be new and it should break the trend line, the resistance. Sorry. So here is where the resistance broke. Can you see this resistance broke? Okay. This resistance broke. The bottom turned green over here, and both the relative strength are double green. So closing of this good candle can be your entry over here, and this swing low can be your stop loss. Okay. Now where should you exit? It's very simple. Where did that trade? Yeah. Exit is very simple on your daily time frame. Okay. On your daily time frame, when both the indicator of relative strength converts to red, that is your exit. Simple. Here, where both your relative strength turns red, that's where your exit is. So your entry turned here, your exit is over here. This is the one way to exit. Or on the higher time frame, you can just create a strong trend line wherever it is touching. Okay. So we here, if you've taken a trade, this is your trend line. Okay. Just go on the lower time frame, on the daily time frame, and whenever the trade closes below, retest, and again recloses below the trend line, you will exit. Okay. But closing and retesting on the daily time frame is important. Otherwise, what will happen? You will exit the rally very fast. Maybe if you just able to do something wrong kind of a trend line, what will happen? You will just exit over here, and the stock went up and it just continued the rally. Okay. But if you see over here, if consider this, you would have plotted properly. The stock came down, closed, went back up, again retest and came down. So retesting is very important in such kind of trades. So exit is really simple in such kind of strategies. Just wait for both the relative strength on daily time frame convert to red. So this is a very simple strategy that we follow. Okay. Now let's see if we find any crossovers trade. Yeah, it could be here somewhere. Okay. Let's see on weekly time frame. Yes, see. Wow, fantastic. Now see on the higher time frame, if you see, the trend was literally up. The candles are red because 3 months, if you see over here, it's gray. The data is not enough. So it's not able to calculate it. But if you see 9 is above 21, 21 is about 55. On the monthly time frame, again, 9 is above 21, 21 is above 55. What happened? The stock went under consolidation, and suddenly it's giving on a monthly time frame a strong breakout. Why? Because we see the power of the buyers are there. So there is the bullishness is still there. The buyers are not letting the sellers to take over. What happens when it gives the breakout? Can you see the stock, the buyers, the dark green dots have already started appearing over here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are not going to see any green dots or red dots on the relative strength on the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we want a good breakout of 921 EMA above 55, and it should break the previous resistance. Okay, now see, we have a fresh 921 and 55 breakout. Okay, at the breakout, see the first either of one relative strength has already started turning into green. Okay, now where is the resistance? Find out the resistance. So over here, this area is a resistance. So we want the stock to be breaking the resistance, and there is a buyers, bulls, or you can say the buyers are more aggressive than the sellers. So over here it gave a breakout. Now, if I want to take an entry in this areas, okay, let's mark this areas, and you want to post this as a stop loss, and this is the candle. What is most important thing? That if you want to take entry on this candle on the daily time frame, both the RS should be showing you positiveness. Oh, sorry, but it's okay. We have the upper one. Where is it? Yes. Do you see over here at this areas? The candle gave a breakout over here, and both the relative strength is green. Now, after that, you leave it because you have also decided you're just going down on the daily time frame for your entries. Okay, and stop loss has been already decided. So you take a trade early on the daily time frame and you leave it. And now see, and you are making a trend line on the higher time frame. Okay, not on the lower time frame. So you just connect, and you're just connecting the dots out here. Now what happens on the daily time frame? This has already both of them. See over here, both of them has converted into red breakout. Now the retesting is happening. If this candle retest and breaks down, the exit has been confirmed. You will exit this trade. Why? Because it is in the power of the bears. The higher time frame trend has been broken with the help of the trend line, and retesting is going on, and both relative strength has converted to red. If you are weak heart and say, no, sir, I cannot wait for the retesting, what if retest doesn't happen? So on the second double candle relative strength, which has turned red, you can exit the entire setup. Okay. Generally, what I do not use EMAs. Okay, because I can sense the trend very fast and I do not take much of a help of the trend line. But I gave you all this trend line strategy because I want everyone to use it. Okay, so I explained you three strategies. In fact, one is your trend line over here, touch of trend line, light green converting to light red, converting to daily, and both should be green. It is most important. Okay, so one is trading your trend lines. Okay, second, I gave you the monthly strategy closing on the end of the month of the previous all-time high, and the gap should be of 1 year. Okay, and the third strategy I explained you about EMAs. Okay, the EMAs are 9, 21, and 55. Okay, and YT evaluation, you know that you should always try to trade in a stock where the net income is growing, okay, and not decreasing. Okay, guys, I hope that you will be able to do justice to the YTA strategy, and I hope that you will be able to, identify stocks as per this strategy I have explained you. It's a very simple one. I am always there on the WhatsApp to support you. The group is created for that only. Please do not create too much of confusion about, sir, this can I buy this buy? But there will be no buy sell communication in that. It's just that good setups and everything will be explained when you are in doubt. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to share this fantastic YTA strategy with you all. And you all know that I keep coming up with the new updates every single time, uh, so that the experience keeps getting better and I can make trading experience much more easier and decision making much more easier. One important thing, there are a lot of duplicate YT system strategies people are trying to make because they just want to copy. And you know what happens is just that adding one or two features with that, it feels that they have done something big, but they are trying to duplicate the strategy and copying it. So please stay away from such kind of thug people unnecessarily trying to copy it and making it complicated, and trying to sell it at a cheaper price or maybe whatever it is. Don't get trapped in such kind of malpractices in the market. And again, the disclaimer that this is not a buy sell recommendation or whatever it is. Trading is a very risky business. Please take advice before you take any action in stock market. Okay, guys, this is Yogesh Bhausar, and the strategy of YTA strategy has been explained to you very simply, very systematic, and in a very basic manner. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and hope to see you soon in the live class. And I keep taking Q&A sessions every month, or I keep coming out with such videos. Uh, Thank you very much for all your respect, love, and I hope to do justice to all that. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye. See you.